I do not just look at an NFL team and then pick a random win-loss record. I don't just go, the Ravens have Lamar Jackson. That's a 13-3 season. And the Jaguars, they're terrible, 0-16. I don't just pick a number and throw it out there. I very carefully and very intentionally go through the entire NFL schedule, and I pick a winner for every single game. It takes about a day and a half. It literally is, it's a ton. And that's a day and a half, not of like goofing around. That's a day and a half at my desk, very meticulously looking at my notes, making sure, comparing teams and who's got who and yada yada. There are also only 256 wins to go around the entire NFL. It's mathematically not possible to have every single team win 10 games in an NFL season. In order for somebody to win, another team has to lose. Therefore, there's going to be good teams and bad teams. And so there's always some give and take in the NFL schedule. It's just not possible to have a bunch of good teams. I think if you don't do the mathematical work, your predictions are kind of meaningless because you could be throwing out things that aren't even mathematically possible. Again, 256 wins. That's all you can have throughout the entire NFL. Again, I go through every single game. I pick a winner. Then I count up the results of each team at the end. And I'll be honest, there are times when I go through the schedule and I count up a team's record and I go, that's surprising to me. It's like, I did not expect the Cardinals to do blank or this team to do blank. But again, I stick with it because I did my research. I took me a day and a half to go through this and stuff. So I just want you to know I work really hard at this. I take it very seriously. I take my time. I hope people respect that. I'm not just throwing out random numbers. Again, there's only 256 wins to go around. And I got to say, part of what I find fun about NFL predictions is that I just love comparing my predictions to the reality of what actually happens. Who exceeds the expectation? What team is like, we're expecting them to be bad and they're actually good? Or what players are better than we expect? Or, what am I going to be wrong about? I have no problem. My ego's not in the way. It's fun to talk about and fun to analyze. Oh, wow, I just got X wrong. There was X thing and I just was completely wrong about it. What if Mitchell Trubisky, the Bears quarterback, is actually just amazing in 2020? I don't believe that's going to happen, but if it is, we'll talk about it. I'm not going to shy away from, wow, I cannot believe I was totally wrong about this thing. And I think that's incredibly important if you're going to make predictions. It's okay to be wrong. I don't mind it. It's kind of fun to keep track of actually where I get things wrong, and I don't mind that at all. And there are some things that simply cannot be predicted. I mean, who knows who's going to get injured? And then not to mention like Andrew Luck last year. Andrew Luck, the franchise quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts last year, suddenly retired. And it ruined my entire prediction for not just the Indianapolis Colts, but the entire AFC South. I was like, wow, this is a gigantic mess. And so this time, I waited as long as I possibly could. 53 rosters, 53-man rosters are finalized. We kind of pretty much know. We have a good sense of, and really as good as we could possibly have, of what every single roster is going to be this year. And so I'm just so excited, man. The NFL season is going to be incredible. I love tracking the storylines. It's so much fun. And I hope you enjoy it as well. Because for me, it's just going to be a blast to watch football this year in 2020. And I'm just glad you're here for the ride. It's going to be really fun.